You are watching Influence Media, PSI TV, the Netflix of biz brands.
My guest today is Mario Quinones-Revolori. He is an amazingly talented writer, a singer, songwriter, music composer, and song arranger, and at the time of this recording, has produced 40 songs, 4 feature films, and a TV pilot. He passed this creative genius on to his sons, Tony, Mario, and Benjamin Revolori. You may know Tony Revolori best in his role as Zero in the Oscar award-winning movie Grand Budapest Hotel, and for the role of Flash Thompson in Spiderman Homecoming, Spiderman Far Away from Home, and Spiderman No Way Home. Mario, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Mario, now they say the apple never falls far from the tree. You have very talented sons, and on top of it, you were their coach and creative trainer, and their publicist. Tell us about some of those proud dad moments about your sons.
Well, I can tell you many of them, but I want to choose one about Mario Jr. One time I was shooting a Paramount picture with him. He was a little boy, and we were shooting a TV show called Everybody Loves Chris, or Everybody Hates Chris, or something like that, about Chris Rock, the famous
Yes.
comedian. And the director comes to the star of the show and tells him, learn from Mario acting abilities because you don't do as well. I think he was a guest that started at that show for one day, and then they got so mad at him and be jealous of him, and they kicked me out of the food service, the food craft from Paramount Pictures, and then I went back into the trailer, and then Mario comes in tears with food and things, crying that they had kicked me out in front of him. And so I was so proud that he took it as a man, and he comes to me and brings me food and everything. And about Tony, one time I was promoting the movie, the Grand Budapest Hotel in Amsterdam. And he was a minor too, 15 years old at that time. And then they asked him, Tony, you are such a talented actor. You are incredible, because you have helped in the movie making. By the way, we shot that one in Germany. And then they asked him, tell us what famous acting school you went to learn all the skills. And he told them, no, I never gone to none of the schools. My dad has been on my only school. He has taught me everything that I know. So they couldn't believe it, and they brought me in from the waiting place to interview me together with him. And I was so proud and shaking and crying, and I was breaking because I was amazing what he did to me.
Wow, that's fantastic. But Tony, sorry, Mario, you just said your son, Tony. So many hopefuls go to Hollywood hoping for an opportunity. And you help create opportunities for your sons. Now, you successfully coach your sons to become working actors. What would you say to all those hopefuls about positioning themselves to get the best chance to get booked for work?
I would tell them never give up, and have hopes and come and practice, because all it goes to the practice. If you believe in yourself, and you do the practice, it's about doing the job, doing the work, putting those hours. Because I remember when I produced Tony, when I coached Tony and Mario, and I went every day. Sometimes we couldn't eat it because we couldn't afford the wheel. And there's an investment too. We had to invest in trainings, coaching, and everything. But the main thing is believe in yourself. And if they do the work and practice and practice and practice, eventually they will get something out of it.
Mm.
That's my advice to them. Never give up and practice, 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 and practice.
Mario, are you also still coaching others, or is it only your kids? Do you coach other
I
actors?
do. I have coached other actors, yes.
Okay, that sounds like a good deal to me. So, in addition to your many talents, you wrote a book, Dead to Me Hollywood. And this story is about an attempted murder gone wrong. Now, Mario, is this fiction or a fictionalized version of a true story?
Actually, it's not a fiction. It's a true story. And believe it or not, the victim is me, myself.
So, what would they look forward to if they went and grabbed this book? What is?
Okay, there's many things, but if people read this book, they won't regret it because they will learn a lot of things. They will learn about inspirational. They will learn about faith, about hope, about everything that it takes to make it through life. Because as we all know today, nowadays, life is becoming so tough, rough and tough to survive, to live. You have to watch out for people because you never now like I said, it's hard to trust people. I want even your relatives because in the book it talks about relatives that paid that person to kill me.
Wow. So, what if somebody reads it? Would they not only get your story? Is there anything about life in Hollywood in there as well?
Oh yeah, everything because everything happens at an entertainment industry, right at the heart of Hollywood. And to get to me, if they read that book, they all know, and they will learn techniques and everything. Then they'll have tons of tips to make it in Hollywood and what they can expect, what they can do, how they can make it in the pros and the cons about coming to Hollywood.
Are you living in California now?
Yeah, I live in Studio City, next almost 2 minutes, 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes walking to from where I live to Universal Studios.
Oh, wow. Okay, you really are in the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about this TV pilot. What is it about, and has it been picked up by a production studio yet with funding?
Actually, it's called Three Bachelors. It talks about this guy that had these two kids. So three guys trying to find girls all the time. Okay, they don't know where the mom went. The father doesn't tell that the kids, but they are into girls. That the boys believe in they want to become rock stars, but the father doesn't let them. That is only he lets them have girls and parties and everything, but not music. He's against music. They hide themselves to do and they get into places with this friend of them, and which is from a different culture, an American kid, and so they go into the secret places to do the music. But I was the director and the producer of the show. I did everything, the writer, and I did such a great job that a producer by the name of Marcelo Robinson was interested in the show, and he did tell me, I never seen a show produced and directed and done so amazing. This show is way better than the shows that you see on TV that they have spent millions of dollars. You created the show only with $50,000, but no, it was just in the talks of buying the show, but it never went to a major studio to produce it and put it on TV.
So it's still a possibility for the future, though.
Still,
We sure hope it does make it because it sounds exciting. So Mario, what's next for you? You're so talented, you're so creative. What are you working on now? What are you planning to do next?
Yeah, I'm so happy right now as we are speaking because I have written another book called Make Am Fish Me Out. And that book is completely fiction. That's fiction book, but it's an amazing book, and I'm doing the second revision. Hopefully it will be ready by the end of the year. It will be available. And then on top of that, I had 3 original songs, beautiful songs that I'm recording right now. And then they'll be on sale. Probably I'll release them in about, I'll say 3 months. And I have this little girl that's gonna sing it for me. Such a talented and amazing voice that I'm crossing my fingers that she's gonna be the next Miley Cyrus.
Oh, wow. Wow. Tell us about, I know you have 4 feature films. You want to tell us what those are?
Yeah, one is called Train Riders. It's a story of 2 guys that travel 170 miles on the wheels of the train, sitting on the wheels of the cargo train, and it's based on a true story. And they survived, and they made it. About two Jewish brothers that traveled that time from San Diego to Los Angeles. And another one is called Brand Burrito. Okay, and that's because this is about these 2 ex-cons released from prison. They meet this lady. She has a daughter, a 12-year-old daughter, and they try to seduce her. What was a white boy and a Mexican, and so it's Brown Burrito because the white boy calls it that his friend has been released from prison. Brown Burrito, you know, for the burritos in Spanish, the food, and then that's why I call it Brown Burrito. And then they get into a quest to discover a treasure that they found in prison that is hidden at the pyramids of the Mayans pyramids in Central America. But they get miscalculated and they think it's in Costa Rica, when in reality it's in Guatemala. That's the second one. And the other one is a superheroes book that is called Megan. That's what I wrote my book, Megan, too. And this is about this guy that becomes a superhero and saves the world from distractions in a funny way, in a very creative way. That these people have created 5 tunnels. One to Germany, from Los Angeles to Germany, another one to Australia, and so on. And they want to kidnap all the children under 18 of the world because they want to promote to same sex to eliminate procreation or more people to come. But they have already created a magic pill that if you take it, you're going to live forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So is there anything else you'd like to share, Mario?
No, just to tell the people to stay focused, to work hard every time, to have goals, and to try and to have faith. Because faith, I talk about faith in my book. Faith, if you don't have faith in something, you are never going to succeed. And you have to hope. Hope it keeps you alive. And if you hope, I tell people, if you go to the university, no matter what profession do you choose, you can become a doctor. But you have to have hope because you know, and I know, actually I'm a biologist by trade. And I tried like 5 years to get a job as a biologist. You don't have experience, they don't hire you. But you still have to have the hope that is going to give you. So for people to live happily, I told my sons one time, if you have faith, if you do the work, and you hope, the sky's the limit. You're gonna achieve everything. And look, Tony is an amazing actor. So is Mario, but Tony, wow, I'm so proud of Tony because he has been the first Hispanic that has gotten a wide role at Spider-Man. Tony got picked from 3 million applicants or auditioners for the role of the Grand Budapest Hotel, because I told him never give up. And by the way, he was casted as a Middle Eastern character, and we are not. We're Hispanics. Still, he made it out of $3 million. And to tell you a beautiful story about that one, out of 3 million, they chose Mario and Tony as the last two finalists. And Tony got it. So it came to the point that it was going to be one of my sons. Why? Because I told them, have faith, work, and never give up. Never give up. Even if I told Mario one time, even if you are sick in bed, dying, but you're still eating, and you can get up and do your little things, even if you are dragging yourself. Keep on working. Never, ever, ever, ever give up. So that's what I can tell people. And if you read my book, it's gonna give you a lot of beautiful things that people can use to better themselves.
Okay, so there you have it, Mario Quinones-Revolori. And coach, if you're interested in acting in Hollywood, maybe you need a coach and that will help you get your big break. Or, you know, he is so creative and he's doing all those movies and those songwritings. Maybe you can tap into some of that creativity as well, some coaching juice on that as well, or maybe even access some of his work. And then he has written Dead to Me Hollywood. So check that book out as well. And it's going to inspire you as well as give you a lot of the Hollywood insider experiences. And you can always connect with Mario at mariochosen123@gmail.com. And I will put that in the credits so you can make sure you spell it correctly. This is Trudy Behrman, PSI TV. We are the Netflix of Biz Brands, and so happy to have you with us today, Mario.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.